This is a history of the Knights Templar, from classic literature to blockbuster Hollywood epics. This order of medieval warrior monks has become firmly entrenched in Western culture. We are about to delve into its history. After the First Crusade recaptured Jerusalem from Muslim control in 1099, Christian pilgrims made numerous trips to visit the Holy Land. While the city itself was pretty secure, the road to the city was patrolled by marauding bandits who preyed on the pilgrims. In 1119, a French knight named Hugues de Payens, spelt capital H U-G-U-E-S space D-E space capital P-A-Y-E-N-S, approached King Baldwin II of Jerusalem. He suggested to create a monastic order to help protect the pilgrims, aka set up a security company alongside the road just to make sure the pilgrims don't get robbed by those marauding bandits. And the king agreed. A group of 9 knights, which was led by Depains himself, formed the Brotherhood. They took vows of poverty, loyalty, and chastity. In other words, must have a lot of loyalty to the king to be chastity and poverty. Keep the poverty part in mind for later on. Baldwin granted him a headquarters in a captured mosque that stood on the Temple Mount, which was right next to the ruins of the Temple of Solomon. The new order referred to itself as the Poor Knights and the Temple of Solomon, or simply put, the Knights Templar. These 9 warriors were very poor, but they were also resourceful and industrious. It is said that during the order's early years, the members excavated beneath the Temple of Solomon. Some people believe that the Templars found ancient holy relics and manuscripts containing special knowledge during their digs. One tradition asserts that the documents proved Jesus and Mary Magdalene were husband and wife. Another claims the Templars found the skull of Jesus, which revealed prophecies to the brave protectors of the Christian pilgrims. In other words, they're a security company, and they dug underneath the temple and either found the skull of Jesus or a whole bunch of documents that said Jesus got married to Mother Mary. Well, anyway, in 1128, Saint Bernard of Clairvaux arranged papal recognition of the Templars, which made them exempt from standard jurisdiction as well as tax. Bernard drew up a code of behavior for the order and designed a uniform, the classic white tunic and mantle with 1 red cross. The code required the knights to pray regularly, strictly observe the doctrines of the church, and defend the cause of Christianity. Equally important, the Knights Templar were to practice humility and to serve others. With such an official endorsement, the Templars became favored throughout the Christian world. Huge donations of land, money, farms, and castles came pouring in. The Templars, of course, became a big business. They set up a network of commissaries all across Europe to manage their estates. So much for that loyalty, so much for that oath of poverty. But seeing how they broke that, they also broke loyalty. So I'm pretty sure they weren't as into chastity. But that's my opinion. Let's get back to the history, shall we? And this developed into one of the first banking systems in all of Europe. Noble families flocked to this new order to help the Templar cause. The Templars engaged in currency exchange, property management, lending money, using their esteemed standing to circumvent laws forbidding charging of interest. In time, the Templars commanded a fleet of merchant ships, which shipped slaves and goods across the Mediterranean. But the order's command of the waterway did not stop there. The Templars also engaged in piracy, at first attacking only Muslim vessels, but then the ships of other Christian realms. the Templars became an important arm of the Crusaders' armies in the Holy Land, and the Order's wealth and influence continued to grow. In 1139, Pope Innocent II granted the Templars total freedom from taxation and exemption from interdicts. Excuse me, that is interdicts. Okay, interdicts. Alright, well, they were magnificent estates and mansions that were built outside to control all the secular rulers and clergymen. The order was now accountable to only the Pope himself. Their landholding and banking system made them into one of the most powerful and feared groups in all of Europe. No one can touch them. No one can match their international strength. By 1170, the order boasted 10,000 members, 1,000 of them being knights. But it came to collapse. A terrible fall from grace. In 1157, Jerusalem fell to the Muslim forces led by Saladin. When the Muslims captured the last Crusader outpost, in the Holy Land, the Templars moved their headquarters to Cyprus. They were maintained their vast. In other words, they still had all their stuff in Europe. They had their vast holdings in Europe, but now they're the subject of envy and desire that's commonly happening. That kind of advocated knowing that the Knights Templar had more stuff to do, kind of pissed them off. Especially Philip the Fourth of France. He owned the Templars on the ground and wanted their assets. He wanted their stuff after borrowing money. So, he tried to get his hands on all their fortunes. He used his influence over Pope Clement V to obtain papal authority to investigate the order of charges of heresy. Loyalty and poverty. It's kind of sad. On October 13th, 1307, about 900 Templar Knights were arrested in France. All of their properties, all of their holdings seized. Nobles and priests rounded up other Templars wherever they could be found. They were accused of atheism, satanic practices, desecrating holy objects, homosexuality, and amongst other crimes. Although homosexuality is not a crime, but back then I guess it was. There's really no conclusive evidence that the Templars engaged in these acts in reality. So that itself was hearsay. But nonetheless, to get their confessions, the authorities in the area brutally tortured the Templars, branding them, rack and fire. 5 dozen members were executed, including the Grand Master, Jacques de Molay. He was burned at the stake in 1314. Nearly 600 people witnessed and offered testimony to the Templars' innocence, but it all fell on deaf ears. Philip coerced Clement, who was hesitant to pass judgment and actually doubtful of charges' validation, to dissolve the Templars in 1312. The order's lands, holdings, was all distributed to the hospitallers of St. John, which, that was another medieval order. Its wealth was handed out to rulers all throughout Europe. The order that had once served as a fountainhead of Christian pride and Christianity came to an inglorious, and many people feel, wrongful end. Well, that's the history of the Templars. Stay tuned next time as I talk about the history of the other side of the argument. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, of course, I'm going to talk about the Sacred Order of Assassins. Catch you next time. Click that subscribe button if you don't want to miss it. Bye-bye.